Mike, let's talk some football.
I've heard of it.
The Orioles lost. That frustrated me. Penn State looked horrible. So at least when we got to Sunday night and the Eagles were playing the Giants, I thought it would be a close game. But I was going to give the win to the Eagles because it was at home and they seemed to do pretty well.
Yep.
And there's Sunday night games when Chris Collinsworth is around. Whatever reason.
Collinsworth factor.
But 27-0, and the way the defense looked and the way some of the offensive plays went with McCoy stretching things out and looking like the old shady McCoy.
Yeah.
What impressions did you have?
Well, it should have been more than 27-0. I think it's very unusual to see an NFL team dominate another NFL team that completely on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. That is really rare, and I was kind of blown away by the Eagles on Sunday night. I thought they were terrific, especially defensively. Completely blew up what the Giants are trying to do offensively, which had been working the previous 3 weeks or so. They had reeled off 3 straight wins and scored 35 or so points, and Eli Manning had been playing very well, and they just completely disrupted everything that the Giants want to do, and again, I thought the offensive line was very, very good too, especially considering that they're not healthy. So it was really encouraging for the Eagles going forward.
It's also the first time I heard black on black is a good thing. The uniforms,
yes,
black on black, and everybody was raving and made them look slim and faster. And interesting look the Eagles had in many areas of the game, including their uniform.
There you go.
Darren Sproles was looking great. He's the team MVP right now. Bends that knee back, and I'm cringing. My whole body hurt. They say he's not going to be out very long, but that is a key injury. And you made the comment that could have been more lopsided. Nick Foles still had some good passes during this game, a couple good decisions, but still there's something off about him.
Made a couple terrific throws, but everything seems like the game is speeded up to him. He's holding on to the ball too long. This was not a problem last year. This number of 27 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions from last year, that's almost like that looms in everybody's mind. It's almost become like a negative thing. He is struggling, and he had a couple of, I thought, really, really bad interceptions in that game, which is why I said that it really was not. He's the primary reason why I said that the game really was not as close as 27-0.
They're 5-1, and we're complaining about that. But I do think they do miss Deshaun Jackson, because if it's that clock in his head, Deshaun would go deep, and I think he took defenders with him. And if they didn't throw it to Deshaun, it opened up other things.
Sure.
But Chip Kelly was known for this offense. The offense doesn't look as crisp. It did in the Sunday game, which finally looked more like last year's Chip Kelly offense. But it's funny, this year is not as much about Chip Kelly's offense as it is the improvement of this defense. Well, at least 6 sacks, and they had Eli Manning scrambling the whole game. And the special teams, they put such an emphasis on, and they brought in guys that were special teams experts.
Well, I'm gonna defend Chip Kelly a little bit. I think he's involved in all 3 phases. I really do. I think, and he says he goes to meetings in all 3 phases. He's involved in the specifics of play calling and game planning, I think, on offense much more than the other phases. But he's heavily involved in, this is how we want to be. This is the football team we want to be. These are the kind of athletes we want to be, the training habits. I mean, I think all of that comes from Chip Kelly.
We've got to talk about the NFC East is in a hole. I thought it was going to be a very bad conference. Eagles going to run away with it.
Was last year, yeah.
Yeah, but the Dallas Cowboys, they looked pretty bad in Week 1 against the 49ers, but they haven't lost since, and they beat Seattle in Seattle. This is a team, you better watch out for the Dallas Cowboys.
Winning in Seattle, which people thought nobody would do. Nobody would do this year. That's really impressive. I'm still not 100% sold. I'll give you a couple interesting numbers here. Their defense last year was, by consensus, historically bad. Not just bad, but historically bad. They're giving up the same number of yards per play this year as they did last year.
Oh, really?
And what's happening is they're dominating time of possession because of the running game.
Okay.
And as a result, the defense isn't on the field as much. The opposing offense isn't getting as many snaps, and that seems like the difference. So, are they going to be able to run that? Are they going to run that running back into the ground? Is the question. And are they going to? Is this going to be able to continue? I still am not sold on that with the Dallas Cowboys.
DeMarco Murray's having a great year. That's the running back that you're talking about. But he is injury prone, and I'm just waiting for something to happen. And
he has 53 carries more than any other running back, any other player in the NFL right now.
They play the Eagles on Thanksgiving in Dallas. That should be a heck of a matchup.
That's going to be juicy. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be turkey and Eagles and Cowboys.
I want a juicy turkey and a juicy game.
There you go.